Hey everybody, it's episode 3 of the Blitzball Banter podcast. Nathan and Colt here. Um, Looks like Colt's doing a little traveling today. Where are we headed out there, Colt?
Yeah, we're going west to Colorado City, doing a little high fencing today.
Yeah, I don't see any pine trees out your window there.
Now I got the wolf pups with me.
Oh yeah,
Game time in it. Yeah,
good deal, good deal. So y'all are headed out doing a little hunting.
yeah.
This,
Whitetails mainly.
yeah, okay, I'm sure. hmm
Yeah, those rut bucks are not going to be lasting long.
it's not deer season though, so
Typically when something gets in my crosshairs, it doesn't last very long. So
oh, is that
you
is
know,
that is that is that how it goes?
normally that's how it goes. So
What's Connor
uh,
sipping on back there? A little Coca-Cola or what?
little drink. It's
A little,
blade water stuff. Come
little
on.
cold drink. So
Yeah.
Colt's headed out to hunt. Well, I'm back in East Texas, and it's raining right now. I think it rains every Thursday here. But at a gloomy day, guess who we get to have on the podcast today?
Please tell me it's the MVP.
It is the most valuable player and most valuable playboy, Chad White. He's going to be on today, and we're going to get to talk to Chad a little bit about the season and all that good stuff.
He's been pretty elusive for us. It's been hard to pin him down.
He's what's the old saying? I'm not a shower, I'm a grower. What is that called?
I don't know. I think he's a baby oil kind of guy. I'm still curious how Becca pins him down.
Yeah, he's real shy, but when the camera comes on and the lights come on and the show is started, that's when Chad White
The
shows
game
up.
time.
Yeah, yeah. So he's
Um,
he's real shy at first, but we're gonna break him in here. Chad was voted our most valuable player this season. He pretty much was Mr. Wardog. He went with the team that way, and if Chad went, the team went. So we're gonna bring him on, and Chad's a good dude, and hopefully Colt will take it a little easy on him. I know he's got some good questions. We're gonna talk about some history of Chad, back in the White Oak days, and his batting average. I'm sure will come up. So anyway,
wasn't very good.
yeah, but he obviously did pretty good out here at the ballpark at Diamond S. So for MVP.
Well,
Ah,
that seems to be like if you didn't really play, you seem to be better. So
yeah, yeah, that's probably what it was. We're gonna
that's what I'm
bring
thinking for Chad for sure.
Chad White, aka El Terrible, on, aka he's got a lot of nicknames, but El Terrible, here he comes. Got some slow internet going. He's joining. He might be technically challenged, and his microphone's off, so we're gonna get him all squared away. There he is, El Terrible, everybody, MVP.
Fellas,
MVP, MVP, MVP.
There he is, the
can
man,
y'all
the
hear
myth,
me
the
now?
legend. Yeah, yeah, you're good. Where are you at, Chad? You at the house or what? You out hanging out with goats or what?
No, man, I went and fed the goats. We had baseball practice earlier, so sitting at the house in my man cave of sorts at the moment.
For those that don't
Do you
know,
keep goats in the man cave?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Chad is a new farmer. He's got actually a whole herd of goats now. What are we
I
up to?
do.
11 or 12 now? What is that?
We're up to 12. We're up to 12. We had twins about a week ago, so we're rocking and rolling. About 5 of those were unexpected, so learning on the run, as they say. So
I understand that.
adjust on the move, I guess.
Good thing we
Feed
got
bills going up.
Is
Colt's
raising goats a parallel to your blitz career?
Do what now?
I said, is raising goats parallel to your blitz career? Unexpected success?
It was. It was. It was the first time that I tried. Me and Tyson went and he was pitching and tried to pitch to me. It was a lot more difficult. I had a tough time, still had a tough time throughout the season. It's just there were some opportune times, and just try to put the ball in play when you can, and it's just one of them things. Very difficult to master, throwing strikes and hitting the mat, that's for sure.
Speaking of this season, Chad was the Wardogs ace and also their leadoff hitter this season. A little bit about the Wardogs this year. Regular season, they ran into some bad luck. They had a couple players. One player just no-showed, full big league. The other player was in and out because he had other obligations and commitments with kiddos and things like that. So they had to pick up some youngsters, and they had a hard road going 2-6 in the regular season. So they went into the World Series as the 5 seed, but they're the sleepers, man. They got some players. They got Chad. They got Bell Epps. When Greg the Leg White, aka Hulk Hand, is there, they're tough to beat. And I kind of called it at the beginning of the World Series, like, hey, the old saying, what is it? Don't sleep on them dogs. I mean, obviously they had some success, but going back to the 2-6 season, long season, grinded out. You started playing the season playing the Bucks, and they were hitting on all cylinders that game. And then after that, y'all kind of settled in a little bit, got a couple wins there, here and there. But y'all were in it pretty much every game. I mean, y'all were a 1-run, 2-run game. I think y'all took the Goons, who won the regular season, to extra innings. Chad's eating supper now. We're going to let him continue to eat. He's a pleaser. He's going to do it. He's going to eat, but he's going to help us out. So talk about the Wardogs season and just the whole marathon season from the start to the end, and your players.
Man, it was tough. Before the season started, we all got regular jobs, obviously, and sometimes life happens, and so that being said, we started out the season one man short, and then I believe after the first game, old Greg, he had some volleyball and some other obligations that he committed to, which, I get that. Family comes first. It would for me too. And so we had to pick up my oldest son.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So you picked up.
We had to pick up. We had to pick up Tyson, my oldest, and Bell Epps. We had to pick up his oldest in quite a few of those games. They did. They showed up more prepared than I thought they were. The kids and young folks do a little bit better at the games, and they got out there. They put some in play. Bell's son Jordan got some good hits. He got a home run in the gym game, and they stepped up to the plate.
You're telling me these kids hit better than Blake Williams?
Yes.
Okay.
Short answer, yeah.
Y'all messed up. Blake Williams is a good dude. Y'all leave him out of here. Yeah, we're gonna get Blake on here and let him roast you, Colt. I'm sure he's got stories on you.
Yeah. So we did. Those were gym games, and they did do very well. And we're older. It takes a little bit more out of us, pitching and doing things like that. So Bell stepped up, helped out in pitching, and then I pitched quite a few innings. And then when Greg was there, he was I'm not going to say a shutout, but he did extremely well, throwing strikes and coming in from being out a few weeks at a time. And then
how did those busted knees hold up?
Mine?
Oh yeah.
Not well. I believe there's a video out of one of our games whenever I tried to stop going from first to second, and my upper body kept going, and from my knees down stopped like I wanted them to.
He's
and
talking.
it didn't
He's
end very
talking.
well. I think it.
Well, that's because you keep skipping leg day.
I do not skip leg day.
I knew that was coming.
I don't.
Yeah,
It's,
there's a tombstone between first and second base where Chad hit the dust, and we always have a moment of silence before every game in that area. And
it was.
and then so he falls down one game, and then like another game, he legs out a triple. And it literally looks like Jurassic Park. There's literally dinosaur Chad White tracks like dug into the dirt all the way around the infield, and you could see it like the whole game on the video, like indentions of his footprint, that size, whatever, 8.5, that whatever you wear.
Almost like Forrest Gump throwing equipment off his legs while he's running.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If I'd have had my knee braces on, I might would have considered going home. But luckily there was a couple of errors, I think, during that play and some miscommunication. And so that's much appreciated. I didn't have a second tombstone between second and third.
That game is on the our YouTube channel, and it is slowed down, I think, 2 or 3 times and in slow motion to watch Chad bite the dust between first and second. RIP. Anyway,
I moved slow enough. It didn't need to be slow motion.
That's right. So Chad finished 4th in strikeouts. I think he had 51 strikeouts. Let's see here. Yeah, Chad had 51 strikeouts, finished 4th in the league in strikeouts, came in tied for 5th in the league with 3 home runs. Him and Austin Attaway were the only 2 guys that were on both leaderboards, the pitching and the hitting on the home runs. I think ultimately with Chad's play, how he carried the Wardogs, throughout the season and into the World Series, I think that's really what secured the MVP voting, at least for me. I mean, you take away Chad, and that's a huge task for Bell to try to carry that team. But Bell stuck with you and helped you out, and he also hit 3 home runs this year. I know you got some. You had a draft pick in our draft a couple of days ago, also, so got some speed there. It looks like. So the Wardogs, if the leg can be there, the Wardogs should make another sleepy run. And hey, playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs, right?
So Nathan, Are you saying that because Attaway was on a stacked team, he didn't deserve to be the MVP?
No, I think with Attaway, yeah, you had a couple of guys around him that helped him out. Chad had Bell and 2 kids that can't drive yet, basically.
Yeah.
So pretty much for 3 or 4 of the games was that way. So, and his back was against the wall, but Chad dominated on the mound. He had my number. I don't think I ever really got a good hit off Chad. He struck me out a lot. And I think he's coming for you, Colt, last time I heard.
Well, yeah. Little secret is I'm not going to show up for those games. I'm not going to ever let him strike me out.
That's a pretty good strategy. When your coach, Jason Ragg. Oh, by the way, going back to, Colt didn't play in the first season, but Colt was actually the number 1. I know this is going to make him very proud. The number 1 overall draft pick in our spring 2023 draft. So big. He's the top dog on that. But anyway.
I look forward to having a Ryan Leaf type career. I mean, I'm excited about that.
Yep. Hey, make the big bucks and smile for the photographs, and when the time comes, just kind of ghost out.
That's right. Short and sweet, baby.
Cash those checks and stack them up.
That's right.
That's right.
So, Chad, talk about you've played wiffle ball, you've played baseball your life. Talk about pitching with that ball and the movement it was, and then how hard you thought it was hitting wise.
So as far as pitching is concerned, the biggest you can see in the first game that I pitched and the first couple of games, we were having a tough time really finding the zone. It was, you throw like a knuckle knuckleball or something like that, and you basically had to start that thing at like 6-7 feet up and out of the strike zone just to drop it in, because if you started it in the zone or around the zone, it was nose diving before it even made it to the plate. I pretty much stuck to a 2-seam and a 4-seam ball, just throwing different arm angles. I say 2-seam, it'd be more like a slider in one, and I stuck to those and just tried to locate and pull the Greg Maddox out, and just try to be around and hit the PVC. There was quite a few that I missed, but I brought it in eventually, and felt like we really kind of dialed it in, and that helped out a lot. And as far as hitting, quick hands in the zone, because really trying to bring it, or you can't swing where it's at, so you got to kind of see the arm angle of the pitcher, where they're throwing from, and then kind of how they're holding the ball as they deliver it, because once they release it, usually they don't know and you don't know where it's going to be, kind of around where it's going to be, and you just got to kind of poke it out there.
So do you think Coach Terry helped your hitting with getting your quick hands through the zone?
I don't remember learning quick hands. Maybe so. That might have been a Jenkins thing.
He did have.
So how many times did you hit the top of the backstop pitching?
Do what, Colt?
How many times did you hit the top of the backstop pitching?
Quite a few, actually. I think I knocked the camera down one time. I mean, you think you know what you got and what you're going to do when you release it, and the ball does a completely different thing, and you just kind of look and smile like that wasn't what I was expecting. So
kind of like when you airmail them from the outfield, similar?
Yeah, unless I got griped at about not hitting cutoffs or something like that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to send it, man. That was the name of the game. Keep it below 70, except for one pitch, and
that was pretty easy for you, though, right?
Yeah, it was very easy. I told them before the season started that I'd be good to hit probably 65, and that's about where I hung.
That was sneaky
substantial.
Fast. Don't let him lie to you. He was sneaky fast. Ball got on you quick. You're only throwing from 50 feet. Did you like the radar rule, or would you rather just leave it wide open like that?
So at first, I was kind of a little bit skeptical. I knew I wasn't throwing hard, but some of these other guys that they really relied on their speed. I liked it as a hitter. I didn't really like it as a pitcher, because that's what kept it basically straight. But as a hitter, yeah, because I mean, whenever you had Blake Ware and Toller and even Heath Miller throwing, I mean, they were throwing gas, hitting 80s plus consistently. It would have been very difficult for us to, I mean, it was hard. Those were 2-1 games, 2-0, 1-0. I mean, just nobody putting the ball in place. So I think it helped the game with excitement, and it helped my arm as a pitcher too, not trying to gas it in there and basically just going to locate. So it ended up being a good rule, and I'm for it.
Yeah, I mean, you got like LaFleur was throwing 88. I mean, 88, 89, and which is from 50 feet. With the movement of those balls, it's pretty much just good luck. You just either full take or swing with your eyes closed and try to get lucky and run into one. So
yeah, and I faced LaFleur. I don't think I faced him until the 70-mile-an-hour rule, but I remember watching at the first of the season him and Derek throwing, and I mean everybody was bringing it, and I mean, it wasn't anything to be above 70 at that time. So, it does. Now, when we went to the gym, I did face LaFleur then, and Derek pitched most of that game. Derek threw a little more jump than LaFleur, but LaFleur, whenever he was going to bring it, he would bring it. Both of them could bring it. I mean, probably everybody that pitched out there, the majority of them are, I'm going to guess, consistently 75 plus on a regular basis. You came in, faced you that first game, and it was like just nastiness. And then it would be a fastball, and it's like, God dang, where'd that come from?
Yeah,
And so,
sneaky fast.
yeah, and everybody that pitched and did well pitching had a multitude of different pitches. Mine, I basically, especially in the World Series, threw 2 pitches and basically would try to run them in on folks, and that was it. So,
What was your favorite pitch?
mine, if I could throw it, I loved throwing the knuckleball, but it was so hard to locate because you have to start it out so high and it just basically drop in. But there was nothing better than striking somebody out on like a 30-mile-an-hour lob ball that looked like it was going to be 8 feet and hit the backstop, and then all of a sudden it drops in and hits the zone.
Yeah, for sure.
The old Ephus pitch.
That's it. There was some emphasis thrown out there.
Yeah.
Real quick, just like a minute. We actually got 10 minutes left on this. Anyway, real quick, talk about the Cinderella story run in the World Series. I think all of America and Blitzball Nation has fell in love with the Wardogs. Here comes the number 5 seed, knocking off the 4 seed, then going in facing the David versus Goliath matchup with the Goons, who only lost 1 game all year, knocking them off, which was an interesting game. Got kind of hairy there at the end, and then going all the way to the World Series championship. So real quick and like as fast as you can, kind of go over that real fast.
Yeah, so the way that started, we come in, we're playing the Kings, and unfortunately for them, they were missing their star pitcher. Rag stepped up, throwing the ball. We really didn't do very well at the beginning of the game. I think we brought it. They jumped ahead like 5-0, and then I think Jordan or somebody hit a home run, like a 3-run shot to make it 5-3. And we really started kind of clicking and hitting the ball. And then once they got up to 5, Bell started that game pitching, and then I came in and I think we shut them out. They didn't score again. They got bases loaded a few times. Same thing with the Goons, and basically had to start trying to locate and really focus in to finish the game out. And we ended up winning, I think, against the Kings 6-5. Go and play the Goons, who, I mean, number 1 seed. They're studs. Hadn't played that I'm aware of. They may have played before us, but anyways, they come in and we're baseball ready. Both teams, you can see it's more than just a backyard game at this point. We're serious about it. Everybody's kind of joking, but it's more serious. And that one was a real struggle. I pitched in that game as well. And really the name of the game is putting the bat on the ball and getting it to the outfield. If you leave it anywhere around the pitchers, you're going to get out. So putting the ball in play, making them make the plays, and we pull through, beat the Goons. Greg shows up, pitches a little bit as well. Bell pitches a little bit, and we finish that game out, beat them, and then we play the Bucks in the championship. And that was our 3rd game of the day. I think y'all's 2nd. And as old men, we were getting wore out. I think we're all 38 plus, and Attaway threw a heck of a game. It was hard. He kept throwing this sidearm slider thing that looked beautiful coming in, and it would just slide right under my bat. I wanted it so bad and just couldn't touch it. So, it was a closer game than the 18-3 or whatever it was at the beginning of the season.
I really
So,
think
I'll take it.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll take the second place finish in the series, and I know the guys were pleased with that as well. Cam showing up, Bell showing up every week. You know, that was very important. Cam even left at one point. As a coach, I didn't update him on game schedules, and he almost missed a game. And so, you know, them guys showing up, and now we got a new guy, Jason Gardner, that's going to be a speedster. Evidently, hadn't seen him yet. Looking forward to it, and hopefully another good season.
Yeah, I really think y'all just in that World Series, man, that championship game, you could just tell y'all were beat and just ran out of gas. I think if y'all would have been either game 2 or had a full tank or something like that, it'd been a much different score. Real quick, we got about 5 minutes left or less. Worst, the team you hated facing the most?
I'm gonna say the Rutten Bucks. I'm sorry, y'all were a good team. Y'all were a stacked team. I mean, there's no bad blood. We're out there having fun, but it's we played softball together and done all that. Y'all got some good pitching, and I feel like we've got some good pitching. And I always wanted it to be a closer game, but for some reason we just couldn't ever get it clicking with y'all. So I would say the Bucks was probably the worst team that I hated to face, just because I knew, not mentally, I mean, not scared or anything like that by any means, but just it was going to be a dogfight from the beginning, pun intended. Wardogs forever.
There you go. What about as a hitter? Who did you not like to face? Like, who was the pitcher that had your number that you didn't like to see on the mound? Real quick.
I'm gonna say either Heath Miller or you. I faced you 1 or 2 at bats, and it was just the ball was so all over the place, and you had like 3 or 4 different arm angles, and they were all touching the mat, and that was probably the hardest part about hitting you. And then Heath Miller, I mean, he could gas it, and then he had off-speed junk that would just, I mean, just drop it in from, like I said, 6 feet up, behind your head, in front of you. It didn't matter. He had control of those off-speed pitches, and it was just hard to hit him. I can't remember if it was you or him that actually threw a strike that went around Bell's head and hit the zone.
Yes.
I think it was you.
Yes. Yeah, because he was like, it was either I don't swing or I wear it in the face or something like that, something weird. Colt, you just turned sideways on us.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
There you go.
Better?
Yeah. Well, Chad, man, hey, I appreciate you coming on, dude. The diamondsblitzball MVP. Congratulations on that. Looking forward to seeing the Wardogs back in action here in a couple weeks when we're going to be starting back up. Got a lot of new blood out there, a lot of new faces. Should be fun, but got to protect that reigning MVP award, and maybe we can have a 2-time back-to-back winner in that. So
there you go.
Congrats.
We're going to keep working.
Congrats again, Chad. Unfortunate that you won that award this year. Think you'll be dethroned, though.
First off, Colt Edwards is coming. He said he's coming, and he said the middle's open on all you pitchers. So that's just giving you some notice right there.
If anybody does it, I hope it's Colt.
Middle's open. All right, Chad. Well, hey, man, appreciate it. We'll see you out here at the ballpark here in a couple weeks, dude.
All right. Appreciate it, fellas. We'll talk to y'all later.
All right, man.
All right.
See ya.
See ya.